before the judge even opens the file. This case is already loaded with tension. On one side, landlords who say the lease is over, rent hasn't been paid, and they want their property back. On the other, tenants who insist the system failed them, claiming multiple leases, forged documents, and harassment, all while dealing with overwhelming personal tragedy. This isn't just about paperwork. It's about timing, proof, and whether emotion can override black-letter law. Here's what makes this case explode. Legally, this is framed as a simple expiration of lease, not a for-cause eviction. That matters, because when a lease ends and proper notice is given, the court's discretion is limited. Even when the human story is heartbreaking, add to that unpaid rent, disputed documents, and claims of fair housing violations that never materialized in court filings, and you got a situation where sympathy and statute are on a collision course. As you watch this unfold, pay close attention to one thing above all else: what evidence actually makes it into the record. Because in court, emotion speaks loudly, but documents decide outcomes. And the question you'll want to ask yourself is this: when grief, confusion, and distrust take over the room, can the law still stay clinical?
This is a termination of tenancy case. We are here on January the 9th. The DeMeyers contend their house has been trashed and they wish the Winters to move. The Winters said that they had retained the services of legal aid, Adam Freeman. We've not received any appearance or any information from Adam Freeman. Rent was last paid in October of 2026 and none paid since. The lease ended December 4th, and the plaintiff simply wishes to terminate the tenancy. It isn't even just cause, it's just expiration of the lease.
Right here, the judge lays the legal foundation that will control almost everything that follows. This is not an eviction for damage. It's not retaliation. It's not discrimination, at least not as proven in court. This is a straight lease expiration case, and that's huge. When a lease expires and the landlord gives proper notice, the tenant's continued possession becomes unlawful, regardless of personal hardship. The tenants mention legal aid and fair housing, but notice what the judge emphasizes: no appearances, no filings, no documentation. In court, claims don't exist unless they're backed by evidence on the record. This is a common misunderstanding. People believe contacting an agency pauses the process. It doesn't. Only court-recognized filings matter. At this stage, the judge isn't weighing fairness. He's confirming notice, lease dates, and possession. That's why the landlord's attorney keeps returning to the same phrase: absolute right to possession. It may sound cold, but legally, it's accurate. If the lease truly expired and notice was proper.
The Winters also contended they had contacted fair housing, and I haven't heard from them either. So, Mr. Dutka, what's the circumstance here?
Well, I think Your Honor put it in perspective. I think that's what we're basically moving forward with. This is the end of the lease, and it was decided before the end of the lease with the 30-day notice. It just wasn't going to be renewed by the DeMeyers. And I think they had an absolute right to do that. The lease ended. Defendants are still in possession, and I think plaintiffs are entitled to an absolute right to possession.
Mr. and Mrs. Winters, what's your position?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
Sir, we have two leases. I moved in December the 4th. I am aware of that. I got 2 weeks before court a notice to quit, and I felt that that wasn't enough time. And due to the circumstances, I have a lot of things going on. Today I'm shaking because I lost my son. This was the day that I buried my son. He's a United States veteran, and I wouldn't have think that they would have. They knew too, because he came to this house and he seen my son on my wall. My son been gone here. Oh my God.
This is the emotional heart of the case, and you can feel the courtroom shift. The tenant isn't just defending her housing anymore, she's grieving. The loss of her son, a U.S. Veteran, on the very day of this hearing, pours into the record with raw intensity. Judges are human. But they're also constrained by law. Here's the difficult truth. Tragedy does not automatically stop an eviction. Courts can offer brief continuances, encourage negotiation, or delay enforcement, but they cannot rewrite lease terms out of sympathy. And that's exactly the tension you're seeing here. The tenant is asking for recognition, for dignity, for time. The judge is trying to keep the case within legal boundaries. This moment raises a powerful question for viewers. Should courts have more discretion when extraordinary personal hardship collides with housing law? Or does bending the rules for one case undermine fairness for everyone else?
All right, I can still hear you.
Oh my God. Could you just ignore that phone call? Cause they trying to reach, no, leave it alone.
All right. Well, they had asked you to move by December 4th and you didn't.
Yes.
And you're still there and they still want you to move. What's your position?
I came in here and I'm not a trashy woman. And it hurts me so bad for them to think of that, Your Honor. And the things that were said to me that is very, very hurtful. I have messages through my phone. I've reached out to Vicky. I've reached out to Mr. DeMeyer with Vicky's number. I have messages. No one contacted me. I've been without a dryer here. I bought a dryer because it went out. I work every day. I've been have to go to the laundromat or hang my clothes up because they don't want to come down here and do the stuff that they need to do. I don't ask them for nothing. I fixed this place up. Me and my military grandson that is a lieutenant now, me and him fixed this place up. They couldn't even get in here for 12 years. And then now they got in here. They see what I have done. They can make money on it. It was told that last year, in June or July, that they were selling this place. Right after I got done with court with you, Vicky started bothering me and harassing me again. I had my family, which is another military person from from New York, came down here. I got my church family here. They had the officers come here. I feel like that is very disrespectful, and I just want apology. I'm asking for time to get out of here. We have 2 leases. That's why fair housing is involved. The police officers are aware. I showed them my proof, and we could go further with this if y'all want to, because I got all the proof, and I am not a nasty woman. I'm a clean woman. I got a cleaning job, honey.
Well, they aren't contending that you are. She said that.
Very
I think she blurted it out. All right, stop.
At this point, the judge steps in to reset the narrative, and this is critical. He clarifies that the landlords aren't accusing the tenant of being trashy. They're saying they want to sell the property. That distinction matters legally. Selling a home is a legitimate, lawful reason to end a tenancy after proper notice. We also learned something important here. The court already granted extra time. The hearing was adjourned from January 9th to January 23rd. That's not automatic. That's judicial discretion already exercised. By now, from the court's perspective, the tenant has remained in possession for weeks after the lease ended, with no rent escrowed and no court-recognized defense. This is where frustration starts to replace sympathy on the bench. Judges expect preparation, especially when claiming forged documents or fair housing violations. Without paperwork, those arguments collapse, no matter how sincerely they're believed.
They're simply saying, and one of the reasons is we want to sell the house. This happens a lot. The landlord has the house. They want to get out of the landlord-tenant business. Their health is failing. Other things are going on. They want to sell it. In order to sell it, they have to get the tenant out. They give you a notice to quit, saying you got 30 days to move. You didn't move. So they asked you to move by December 4th. That didn't happen. So they filed this action. We have a hearing January 9th. I adjourn it 2 weeks from January 9th to January 23rd. You still haven't moved. And the law now says you have 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted. So you get 10 days from today.
Your Honor, can I speak?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, we have 2 leases.
That's why fair housing is involved. Go ahead.
We have 2 leases. You know what I'm saying? My lease and her lease, because she moved in first. So she have her own lease, then I moved in. So I have a lease myself. I wouldn't like to go off my lease. They just can't forge and say, this is my lease. I have my own lease.
All right, well, let's take a look. Randy Winter's lease agreement is signed December 4th of 2024 for a 1-year lease. It's got your signature only on it.
No, my lease was for March the 31st.
It's 2-4.
That's what my lease is supposed to. Do you have a paper bag?
2-4.
The lease I have in front of me is one for you, which expires December 4th of 2024.
I got it.
And I have a lease for Patricia, which expires December 4th of 2024. There is 2 leases, but they both have the December 4th date.
No,
This section is chaotic, but legally fascinating. The tenants insist there are multiple leases with different end dates. The judge acknowledges there are 2 leases, one for each tenant. But here's the key point. Both expire on December 4th. That single fact undercuts the entire defense. Allegations of forgery are serious, but in civil court, accusations alone don't shift the burden. The judge repeatedly asks for a lease with a different expiration date, and none is produced. What the tenant appears to be pointing to, later clarified, is a security deposit deadline, not a lease termination date. That confusion proves fatal to the argument. This is a textbook example of why document literacy matters. Courtrooms don't operate on belief, they operate on what the paper actually says, and misunderstanding a contract clause can cost you your home.
I'm gonna go further, sir.
I have a lease.
I'm gonna show you the lease. I have proof. This man signed the lease before me. After me.
I signed a lease after her.
Where's my coat?
Right there, your pocket, your keys on there.
Where?
In the room on the table.
Okay. I got the lease. I got proof.
We had a lease right here, sir. We don't have no other lease.
It's a lot.
She have her own lease. I have my own lease. Mine's
Right,
supposed to
I
be.
agree with that. I've got 2 leases, but they don't both say December 4th.
I know hers because she moved in before I did. Then I came in March and moved in.
Well, your lease was signed on,
This is why I'm going further with it.
I have a document that I had the same one. I had the same.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it out. I have it right here. She switched it. That's why fair housing is.
I can't tell what day it was signed, but it ends on December 4th.
No, it's supposed to end in March.
You have this.
I have
Well, it isn't. It isn't. It says December 4th.
Well, I got Randy's. I got Randy's lease right here. Vicky forged that. And I will show you. I got Randy's handwriting and everything. I got 2 leases, 4 leases, 5 leases. She sent out different ones. I got the burden of proof in front of me. Please give me some time.
Say that again?
Please give me a little time to get it up.
She getting the lease up,
Please.
the right lease.
The lease that
All right.
Randy, when he moved in here, y'all cannot do that.
The lease that I signed, not the lease that she gave me. Don't say that she made up. The lease that I signed.
We went to court and Judge Middleton should have the first lease that we had on the last one. But I'm looking through here. Hold up, I got it. I got it. I got it, baby. I got it. I really do. This is what the pastor said for us to keep, and I did. Right here. Hold up. December 4th. Oh my God, it just give me a minute. I'm quickly. I gotta get there. Hold up, I got it. I got it. I need my glasses. Yeah. Here it is, Daddy. I got it. I got it. Here you go, Judge. Where you at? Judge?
I
You
didn't
see?
go anywhere. You're like a cat on a griddle back there.
Oh,
kitten on
I
a
move
griddle.
like that, sir. I move like that, sir. I got 19 grandchildren. I got to move like that.
All right, I
And
didn't,
4 of them is military. 4 of them is military, so I have to.
all
I
right,
have
well,
to do like
so
that.
what are you showing me?
I'm showing you Randy Winter's lease. Burden of
All
proof.
right,
No,
well,
This is Randy Winter's lease. This is what we got when Randy moved in
all
here.
right,
We
well,
got
what
10 leases
is
in
it,
here.
when was it signed?
It was signed on, hold up, we're at 1204. See, it's still coming up. There's that. That's not the one, baby. That's not the one. Get your lease out. You got to
Yeah,
help me.
that's December 4th.
This is December 4th. This is where she tricked. This is where she want to catch us up at. Please, Lord, help me. Here, hold up. Lord, help me. Here, come on. God knows. God don't bless no mess.
No,
Vicky changed
both of
this.
your leases say December 4th.
No, they don't. No, they don't, sir. I will fight this. I will take this all the way. I will
All right,
go
well,
to.
you do
I
have
will
a
go
right.
When the judge explains the right to appeal, he's doing 2 things at once: preserving due process and closing the trial level door. The ruling is clear: the lease expired, notice was proper, and possession must be returned. No money judgment is entered, which actually benefits the tenant financially, but possession is non-negotiable. Notice how the judge stays calm despite escalating emotion. That's not indifference, that's professionalism. Courts cannot litigate chaos. At this point, the judge is protecting the integrity of the system while still offering lawful options: appeal, voluntary move-out, or negotiated time. And here's the harsh reality: once a writ date is set, the clock starts ticking. Everything after that is enforcement, not debate.
Appeal it.
Yes,
But
no,
you have 10
going
days to
trial.
move out or you're subject to being evicted.
No, give me
Your-
your
your
lease,
lease
Randy. They cannot do this. Or I'm gonna call the court. I'm gonna call the what's the name? They cannot do this. You got a lease that say 2-4. Vicky changed that. Vicky tampered with
Uh,
that. And
uh,
the pastor got a copy of it too. That's the thing about it. That's the thing,
Well,
because
I
they
don't
had to
see
have
it.
it
All
for.
I see is what they filed. You can apply for an order of eviction after February the 9th.
Sir,
This
is
has
not
been going on
true.
for several months, several weeks.
No,
Your lease is
they're trying to say
expired.
that
I don't have an escrow order. And both
gotta help
leases
me
were
find
signed
it.
with an expiration date of December
Your
4th.
Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor, please don't do this. I have proof. Please don't do this. Give me time. I worked 3rd shift. Please give me time to get this lease out. She changed this. She forged this, and I could get her on this. I have burden of proof. She's done so many leases here to mess us up and to flip us. And we got the first lease that when we first went to court, you got it. It's in your what's the name?
All right, well,
I'll
hold it.
I'll email you.
All right, please sit down so we can discuss this. You're very agitated.
I'm very
And
because it's not right.
stop.
They're lying.
Stop.
The blood of
Stop.
Jesus. The blood of Jesus.
All right. There's 2 leases signed by each of you. Both are signed December 4th. So if you contend that his was signed on a different date,
yes.
then I guess I'll kick you out effective 10 days and we can fight about him. But his lease also says December 4th.
But
And the lease that you found also says December 4th. So you have 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted. No money judgment is entered here. You can appeal this. I suspect you're not going to find a lease with a different date.
Yes, I am.
I think this is the lease.
God don't bless no mess.
And
I
they've been
believe in
trying
God.
to get you to move since early November. You're both working 3rd shift. You need to move. You need to move or you're subject to being evicted.
Okay,
I will
I'll tell
send
you
you a
what.
copy of this order.
Your Honor, when I find this lease and I show you, all I want is an apology and that's it. And I want the Myers to know that I made their place the way it is because it was trash when I first came in here. If y'all give me, I will make sure that the carpets and everything and it's ready to go. If you're going to sell it, you sell it. If it's not, God knows. But y'all know y'all not right. If
Well,
y'all
they
could
have
give me
10
until
days. They
February.
don't have to ask for the writ on the 10th day. They can give you up to 56 days to move, but No rent has been paid since October. So
I
you're
got,
living there for free right
no, I'm
now.
not, Your Honor. I have proof.
Of what?
I have proof the last time I paid Vicky was November the 7th. And I went to the
All right,
bank.
well, this was filed on. All right, so you haven't paid any rent since November. So we're now
Because
January,
she said that she wants me out and she
December,
don't want any
January, and
money.
about to be February. The matter was filed with the court on December 9th. So some rent was paid. I don't know if that went to October. I think they said the last month that was paid was October. So, all right,
Your Honor,
yes.
this is right. This is it. It says 2/1/25. Baby, I can see. Here's the lease, sir. You can put me out. You sure can. But God ain't gonna put me out.
I'm not sure what you're showing me.
This is the right lease. This is the lease for Randy Winters. He was 53 years old when he signed this lease.
All right, well, Randy has an appeal. You don't. Your lease expired December 4th.
I can leave. I can leave. But you know what? I tell you what, ask the DeMeyers if I
Randy
do
moved
this.
in on 2/2/24.
Yes.
Randy paid a deposit of $480, gave Randy a different lease but the move out date was the same. He did move in on 2/2/24, but the lease he signed expires December 4th of 24.
He didn't sign that lease.
And
All
Your
right,
Honor, if I might
all
add,
right.
Your Honor, the paragraph she's showing the court gave Randy Winters until February 1st of 2025 to pay the security deposit. That's
And
what
we paid it.
showing. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so it wasn't the expiration date of the lease, it was the due date for the security deposit.
This is where the court ties everything together. The judge notes that the property didn't appear trashed, undercutting one of the landlord's emotional claims. But it doesn't change the outcome. Why? Because condition of the property isn't the legal issue. Lease expiration is. The timeline is now crystal clear. Lease expired December 4, notice to quit given 30 days prior, case filed December 9. Hearing January 9, adjourned to January 23, final move-out deadline, February 9. That's due process. That's notice. That's multiple chances. And from a legal standpoint, it's airtight.
We paid it.
All right, Miss Winters, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right.
Doug, can you give me a call after we sign off?
Yeah, I'll call you,
Mr.
Robert.
Thank
Dudka,
you.
you provided a judgment. The date for the writ is February 9th. Mr. DeMeyer, you may need to give him some leeway on a move out, but if you're gonna sell this property, obviously it needs to be vacated. For what it's worth, it did not look trashed in the pictures from them. It looked like a decent place, but we'll see. Anyway, both leases expired on December 4th. The notice to quit was 30 days before that. They didn't vacate. December 9th, the action was filed. It's pretty straightforward.
So they need to be out by February 9th.
Or they're subject to being evicted. You can give them more time if you choose to. It's easier to have them move out voluntarily than to evict somebody. But February 9th is the date for the writ. The next day you could contact Sergeant Morse. All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
This case is a powerful reminder that housing court sits at the intersection of law and humanity, and the law doesn't always bend the way we want it to. The judge ruled strictly on the evidence before him. Both leases expired, notice was proper, and continued occupancy became unlawful, while the tenant's grief and frustration were undeniable. They weren't legally sufficient to override written contracts and procedural requirements. At the same time, the court avoided punitive measures. No money judgment, encouragement of voluntary move-out, and acknowledgement that eviction should be a last resort. This wasn't about punishment, it was about possession. Now we want to hear from you. Should courts have more flexibility in cases involving extreme personal hardship? Or does consistency in the law protect everyone in the long run? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.